our player grade for today.
Yeah.
We talked about him just a second ago, but it's the big man, Vincent Desharnais. I think at this point, 12 months ago, and this is where I'm going with my regular season grade for Vinny. He didn't score a goal. He'll get one, though. Had a couple of good looks. If you would have told Oilers fans 12 months ago, Vincent Desharnais, everyday D-man halfway through next season, a good chunk of people watching this show, Oilers fans in general, I should say, probably would have been like, who? Isn't that the guy in Bakersfield?
Yeah.
Who
Big
is that?
guy?
Huh? Wait, how did they get him? Right? He ended up coming up, man, and being an everyday defenseman for you. The whole Vinny in, we win, whatever the hell we were calling it back in January. I don't remember what
With
J1.
Vinny, we winny.
Sure.
You overcomplicate it every
I know.
time.
I think just the step he took going from American Hockey League guy to everyday NHL defenseman who you could trust in a handful of different situations, he gets an A- for me in the regular season. Sergeant Battle actually almost nailed it. Good work, man. A-, just because, again, you go from afterthought, injured in training camp, everyday NHL D-man. That's awesome. That is great progression. 26 years old. It was an awesome story. Gave the Oilers some fight and some toughness, which I think Vinny's presence bled into some other players too. I think it really did give them an emotional spark. We saw he was tight with Stuart Skinner. All these guys in the room who went through Bakersfield all played with Vinny at some point because he's been in the minors for so long, right?
Forever.
So I loved it. But in the playoffs, he just wasn't good enough. And that's fine, man. Again, he'll get better. Even though he's only 26, he's clearly a bit of a late bloomer in terms of his hockey game. He'll get better. The playoffs was just a really, really tough lesson, so I go C+.
I think I liked what you said, like he'll get better. And I think a big thing for Desharnais this summer is the fact that he's training to be an NHL player this season. Yeah. He's not training to be like, well, maybe I'll make it. Like he knows he's probably going to be on the team.
He knows what he needs to work on. You've had your cup of coffee, so to speak.
Yeah, and like you said, 100% chance of returning. I see no doubt in that either. I was a little unsure what you were going to do for the playoff grade, to be honest, because there was moments you were calling for his name to be in the bleachers.
But I actually thought he was good towards the end of the Vegas series. He started to get better, almost like he found his groove in that way.
I agree, and I gave him a solid C on my grading, and I gave him a solid A for the regular season as well. I think, like you said, like he came into this team, made a very positive impact for essentially all 6 games, right? Like, and was very strong and really helped the Oilers out in many, many ways. So I'm a big fan of Vinny. I think this playoffs will be a big learning curve for him and the rest of the team too. And I think he's going to come back in a big way. I'm excited to see one score from his office, which was big this season.
If he scores on a floating wrist shot from the blue line, he had a couple where he snuck into the slot. That's how he'll score.
That was scary. Do you remember the one in the playoffs where he like came across the crease like Bobby Orr style? It was crazy. Vincent Desharnais, A from me, C for the playoffs, and 100% chance of returning. With Vinny, we winny.
Yeah. Good news said 100% chance of return, but not 100% full season on the team. No, I think at worst he's your 7 next year, right? Like even if he needs to come out of the lineup every once in a while, he's your 7 next year. So
contract's too good.
Yep.
For what he does too, like
penalty killer. Like again, if he can take a bit of a step forward next year, not even like a huge step forward, but like just take a bit of a step forward, be a little more trustworthy in your own end, make some smarter decisions with the puck on your stick. He got in trouble when he tried to do too much.
I think it's up here he needs to be better at, not with his skill.
Yeah, that's
his skill set is there.
Yep. Get some better foot speed too. I know for a guy that size, like you're always going to be limited by that in a way, but he'll find his way. I'm excited to see him next year. I think he's back. I mean, the Oilers had teams calling last summer about looking to just pick him up for nothing kind of thing. And those said, no, we want to keep this guy. We believe in him. And he made them look smart for doing that.